Hi, today's job is a Citroen C1, which, as you probably know, the door locks are notorious for not working. Replacement Citroen ones, even non-genuine, are about 50 quid a pair. So instead of doing that, we're going to put in Citroen Berlingo stroke Peugeot partner ones, which are, I think, £9 or £11 a pair. It's a little modification, but they don't go wrong as often, and if they do, you can just replace them straight away with another set of Citroen Berlingo ones. So it works out cheaper in the long run. Let's get into the job. First thing is open the door, and you'll see down behind the window winder, you can just about see that little wire clip behind it. So basically you hook that off. I'll show you what it looks like in a minute. And all you do is hook it off towards the rear of the car, and then the door handle will come off. This one was fitted the other way round, but you get in there with this little small hook, you can usually get it. So basically this clip sits with the two tangs pointing towards the inside of the car so you can get to them. And you just hook these, push the clip off that way, and it pops out of those grooves on there. Next, take a trim tool and just pop this, there he goes, pop that little plastic panel off. And you'll see two screws there and there. Where is he? Just up in that hole there, and there's one there, and the rest of the door card is held on with poppers. So just, again, just take a trim tool and just pop them all off. Once the door card's out of the way, as you can see, this one's obviously had door locks before. They're well known for it. Someone's cut it and taped it, so we've got nice access to get into it. The door lock assembly is held in by that little guy there, and there's a small clip which I'll show you once I get it apart, and it'll make it easier to explain. See the little white clip? You just put a little pick underneath that, flick it up towards you, and it'll let the rod come out. So you flick the small plastic clip up, let the rod drop out the back of the lock assembly. This piece just pulls, you might have to put a pair of pliers on it. Just pull that out, and then the lock just comes out like that. That's your lock. There is the clip, rotates round. The rod goes in there, and then that pushes round to locks over it. So when you compare the two lock barrels, the original Citroen C1, Peugeot 107, or Igo, I think it's the same, is like that. And the one we're going to replace it with is this. As you can see, this section on the top's different, but this is where we have to get inventive to save ourselves some money. Right, so we've removed the two clips for the end of the two barrels, the old one and the new one. As you can see, the shaft at the end is a different diameter, so you can't just simply put this piece on the new one. What you have to do is take this and turn this into a working version of that. So remove the plastic piece at this end, squash it so it's flat, then lay this one on the top and mark where your new plastic piece is going to go in. Drill a 6mm hole, make sure you sand it and get rid of any sharp edges, and then, well, you just start putting it back together, and in theory it's going to work, hopefully. You should end up with something that looks hopefully better than this, because I didn't drill it in the middle, but it's not going to make a figure difference. 6mm hole in the middle of there, sand it off so that it hasn't got any sharp edges, and then what we're going to do is we're going to get the lock, we're going to make sure the lock, because I have had these, yeah, this one's got it. See if I can get it, yeah, there's a little, see the little burrs on the edge? Now they stop them fitting in the hole nicely, so we'll file those off, and then we'll check which way the arm goes on, with the lock in the car. I think the fat, the thin section goes at the top, I think, and the fat section goes at the bottom. So we'll check which way the arm goes on, so it's the same as on the old one. And we'll put the clip in the right way around, and then it should be ready to go back in the car. So that's the lock with the horrible casting flash sounded off it. Don't forget to put the rubber sealing ring on. Don't forget to put it on the right way round. And it's just a case of putting it back in the hole like that, and then putting the clip on, which I can't do while holding the camera, but I'm sure you'll get the hang of it. So now the door card's back on, the 3 screws back in, the cover pieces on there, because you don't need to see me doing that, because it's great you took it apart, so you're going to know how to pop it back together. It's easier. The only other thing is put the clip on there first, and make sure the window is all the way up, and then just push. He says, there we go. And then the door handle's on, solid. Next thing to do is test it. Make sure there's another door open so you can unlock it. If you can't, unlock it with the key, but I'm sure this will work. So it opens now. Locked. Unlocked. That is a success. We'll just remove the protective film from that. I'm sure it will come off. Well, you don't need to watch me doing that, do you? Anyway, hopefully that helps. I'm going to go have a cup of coffee now. And if it's been any good, subscribe and leave a big thumbs up like. Thanks.